for Mark Skinner and Manchester United? That's the question. Since the new year, United have been knocked out of the Conti Cup and lost to Chelsea in the league, meaning they start the day 10 points behind the champions in the Barclays Women's Super League. Your luck can change, though, in the blink of an eye. Or, as we saw with Brighton coach Mel Phillips this week, things can move in a slightly different direction. She's left with immediate effect. Mikey Harris, who was the men's academy coach, takes charge for now. This was a pretty lively affair earlier on in the campaign. You may remember it finished 2-2 between Manchester United and Brighton. Mark Skinner's side needed a very late goal, a 98th minute equaliser from Rachel Williams, who is amongst today's substitutes. Well, on the 6th of February 1958 was the Munich air disaster. Today, Manchester United fans and everyone here in the stadium remembers the Busby Babes, the supporters and the journalists who were sadly lost in that tragic accident back in 1958. The Manchester United team, Maya Letizia lining up against her former side here in defence, and in attack, Nikita Paris will continue her more central role, looking to add to the 2 goals that she scored in the win over Aston Villa last week. 2 former Manchester United players lining up here for Brighton. Goalkeeper Sophie Baggerly and Maria Torres-Dotter start. Elizabeth Turland, who scored in this fixture earlier on in the campaign, will look to add to her 9 Barclays Women's Super League goals she's already scored so far this season. Manchester United have pretty good statistics against those teams nearer to the bottom of the table, against the bottom 7 sides in the league. They haven't lost a game across the campaign. Brighton did manage to get the point against them last season. The target is clear for Mark Skinner's side. It looks as though the title is a way off. They are just 7 points, though, behind those in the Champions League places. And they still have to play Manchester City, Arsenal and Chelsea before the end of the campaign. Well, Brighton start the day 5 points above Bristol City at the bottom of the table. Their target is to create some breathing room between themselves and the bottom sides. Manchester United looking to close the gap on those in the top 3. Left-hand side of the back 2, the central 2 for Brighton. Torres-Dotter playing the pass across towards Bergsfund, who can make the clearance. Good pressure from the front by Manchester United in the early stages here. Pressing as they like to do. Lee Gun-min trying to control. Unable to do that. Whistle blown, Manchester United free kick. And Katie Zellum will come across to take this one. Zellum delivered the perfect ball for Nikita Paris to score last week against Aston Villa. This time, Torres-Dotter is there to meet the header. Maya Letizia against her former team in there. And this one is easily gathered by Sophie Baggerly, former Manchester United goalkeeper. Couldn't force her way beyond Mary Earps, and so made the move to Brighton. Jace plays the pass. Nelson is there, pulling back Lee Gun-min as she tried to break away. Free kick to Brighton. Plenty going on today on the FA Player. In the Women's Championship right now, London City Lionesses and Blackburn has just kicked off. You can watch that one with us. At 1 PM today, Manchester City looking to keep the pressure on at the top end of the table in their game against Leicester City. And then at 2, Liverpool against Tottenham Hotspur. The best of the rest, as it's so often called, those two fighting for 5th. 2 o'clock today on the FA Player. We have you covered as far as women's football is concerned here on Sunday. Torres Dotter under some pressure up against her former side today. Manages to get the ball away, and Manchester United make light work of that at the back, and it's a first touch for England's #1 Mary Earps. Nice drop of the shoulder by Blundell, off she goes, feeds it wide. Manchester United trying to break along the left-hand side. Garcia wins the ball back unfairly, according to the officials here. Patterson rolling the ball backwards. Nikita Paris is the one looking to put the pressure on. Well, tempo-wise, a relatively slow start to the game. First promising moment of attack as far as Brighton are concerned. And Katie Robinson is held up by the challenge of Millie Turner. Well, you can see that the wind may well play a part today. Look at that corner flag. Looks like that corner flag might need a helping hand. Katie Zellum dropping deep, as she so often likes to do, to try and get something going here. What has been a rather timid start so far for Manchester United, who were excellent last week against Aston Villa. Has been against the top sides where they have really struggled. The likes of Manchester City and Chelsea, they've been their downfall. Riviere can't feed the pass onto Jace. And Patterson is able to tidy up. Sarri squares the ball. Had plenty of it so far, Brighton, in this game, who perhaps would have been slightly surprised to see Mel Phillips move on from the club this week. Have put together some pretty good results before the result against Chelsea, of course, last week. Have made it through to the next rounds of the Conti Cup and the FA Cup. And in their important game this year, they beat Bristol City. Telland unable to feed the pass through. It was well intercepted, and Manchester United get rid of the danger. Ella Toone slips the pass into Nikita Paris, the England connection. Not quite a connection that pays off. So Jotty sat at the base of the Brighton midfield, just working the ball around. And Brighton doing everything they can to keep the ball away from their opponents here at Leigh Sports Village. Maya Letizia, who came through at Brighton. Now with Manchester United and finding Turner. Mark Skinner's side going up through the gears. Nelson finding space. Onto Jace, who will go for goal. Took a deflection And it's pushed away around the post by Sophie Baggerly for a first Manchester United corner. Plenty of space here for Nelson as she turns. And Jace saw the opportunity to go for goal. Comfortably dealt with here by Baggerly. Zellam's low cross. And Laetitia was caught, manages to keep hold. Ella Toon lifts one in, dangerous looking ball. This time dealt with by the Brighton defence. And Manchester United will have another corner kick. The ball from Ella Toon asking questions. And she dropped short here to provide an option for Katie Zellam. Zellam goes deeper this time and nearly picked out the head of Millie Turner, who was rising in the middle. Zellam onto Jace. The Brazilian delivers in towards the front post where it's nodded away. Torres Dotter stooping to get that one away from the edge of the 6-yard box. Garcia. Laetitia has stayed forward. She floats one in, was looking to the back of the area where Jace was waiting. And she skips away from the challenge. She's got beyond Patterson here, cuts it back, and Manchester United are ahead. It's Nikita Parris again. Well, the pressure was mounting on this right-hand side. Manchester United pushing here in the early stages. And with just 9 minutes gone, they're ahead. Brilliant from Jace. Lovely footwork. And then the perfect pass with Parris peeling away to fire beyond Sophie Baggerly. Manchester United 1, Brighton 0. Nikita Parris continues her fine run of goal-scoring form. Scored a couple against Aston Villa last time out. Slightly new role for her, although it is a role we've seen her play before, of course. And here is Parris again, looking to feed it through towards Garcia, and it's intercepted by Torres Dotter. Brighton get the free kick on the halfway line as they look to respond quickly to the early goal from Manchester United. Well, it has been a problem across the season. How do you adapt to the loss of Alessia Russo? More recently, Mark Skinner has been playing with Nikita Parris in a more central role. And again, she's on the mark. 7 Barclays Women's Super League goals now for the season for Nikita Parris. Garcia trying to make her way through. Brighton defence stopping her this time. Jace giving Pattinson plenty to think about on the left-hand side of the Brighton defence. Larson's touch. Here is Garcia. Feeds it through, and Nikita Parris spins. Looks for a teammate in support. There's not one there this time. And then Riviere sends one over the bar. Well, there was plenty of space on the opposite side. The pass went to the right, and then this happened from Riviere. No real trouble here for Bagley in the Brighton defence. Sarri can't get clear of Riviere. Good pressure here from Manchester United. Jace again provided the opening goal of this game and gets a good-looking ball into the area. That hasn't been completely cleared away. Here comes Lasada. Well, of course, this is a live broadcast and we always apologise for any bad language that you may hear. Unfortunately, not too much that we can do about that, but we do apologise, of course. Here is Robinson, flashing in the delivery, and it bounced awkwardly. Nobody there to pick up. Threaded through by Zijotti, and they're looking for a corner here, Brighton, but they will not get the decision. Pattinson managed to get there, but she couldn't feed it back into the penalty area. And it goes out for a Manchester United goal kick, and a rare touch here for Merriups, who hasn't really had too much to do in this game. Manchester United going through the gears again, and Jace is really up for this one this afternoon. Looking to hit her stride again, and seems to have the measure of Pattinson. Well, it's good tackling back in the end from the Brighton fullback. Manchester United do have a corner, though. There's a box full of tricks. Chase. Quick feet, goes this way and that. Through the legs, and a corner kick here for Manchester United. Zellum in towards Paris. Manchester United trying to change the angle of attack here. Slip the pass on towards Ella Toone. Ella Toone delivers in, and it's nodded away. Just look at the Manchester United players racing back, the defenders who were forward for the corner, busting a gut to get back into their own half. Brighton not given the chance to break forward, and they've really struggled so far to get up into Manchester United's half. Well, you can only imagine that it's been a really difficult week for the players, with Mel Phillips moving on. And you feel perhaps from a Manchester United perspective there perhaps isn't a better time to be playing Brighton. Garcia certainly nudged Torres Dotter off of the ball there. Not picked up by the officials. Well, Zellum's pass came with a bit too much gusto. Gives Brighton the chance for a rare burst forward into Manchester United territory here. Zijotti unable to feed the pass through. Garcia and Torres-Dotter involved in the challenge, and Brighton managed to get the ball away, but they have gifted Manchester United the throw-in. Alatoon dragging the ball this way and that. Bundles her way through and doesn't get the corner kick that she was looking for. Or does she? Yes, she does. Corner kick for Manchester United. Toon takes the corner quickly, short to Zellum. Zellum lifting one in. A looping ball that's nodded wide by a Brighton head in the middle. Quick thinking here by Alatoon, and the Brighton defenders weren't really set for the ball as it arrived here from Katie Zellum. And this could well have gone anywhere. Luckily for Maria Torres-Dotter, it went over the bar and out for another corner. Zellum lifts one in, pressure on here for Bagley. She spilled it, but it was cleared away. Now Leticia, unable to find a teammate with her ball, that floats away, rolls out for a goal kick. Liga Min dropping short. And Manchester United trying their best to stifle any kind of Brighton attack. Bergsfund is after it, has to turn away from trouble here, and the trouble is Lucia Garcia. Terrier-like in her approach so far in this game this afternoon. Lisa Nelson. Millie Turner trying to keep hold of the ball here for Manchester United. They haven't been able to do that. Brighton really haven't been able to get the ball into top scorer Elizabeth Turland so far in this match. 9 Barclays Women's Super League goals for the campaign. Only Lauren James and Bunny Shaw have more. But in truth, Brighton have struggled to score goals. They've only scored 13 across the campaign. Only Everton have fewer in the Barclays Women's Super League. Pattinson gets there before Jace can. Works one around the corner, but here comes the pressure arriving from Garcia, as it has done all game. This time Brighton have managed to get free. Ball doesn't make it back to Sarri though on this left-hand side. The referee was trying to play the advantage. Megan Wilson, the referee today, blows the whistle. Free kick here for Brighton, and perhaps a rare chance to test Manchester United on the edge of their penalty area. Pattinson, clever pass into Lee Kun-min. Waited a bit too long before playing the pass in, delayed ever so slightly, allowed Manchester United to get back in, but she has won Brighton a corner. Brighton deliver to the back of the area. And Manchester United flick away, and it's picked up by Riviere. Not one of her best clearances, given away to Robinson. Brighton win a throw-in down by the corner flag, deep inside Manchester United's half. Hasn't really been much of a test for the home team here so far at the back. And they've easily swept the ball away here. Garcia can lead the charge. And Torresdotter, former Manchester United defender, comes across. And it goes all the way back to Bagley. Swept away down the left-hand side and won back instantly by Manchester United. Riviere has moved across towards the left-hand side. Blundell now on the right. Can't make any headway on that side either, and will clear the ball away from the edge of the penalty area. Lee Min picks up, good-looking ball. Brighton are in. This is their chance, and Mary Earps had to be at her best to dive across and push away for the corner to deny Elizabeth Turlen the equalising goal. Fabulous ball through here by Lee Min. Caught this one brilliantly, a quick look, the perfect ball, and Turlen struck it really sweetly, but it's an excellent save. Best chance for Brighton in this game. That might just give them the confidence to test them again here. The ball was sent in towards Lee Min, who was unable to meet it. Now Pattinson. Lofted ball is dealt with by Manchester United and turned away. Nice touch, Lee Min, and lovely feet from Lasada, who feeds into the area. Jace trying to bring the ball away. Ella Toone, who made her 150th appearance for Manchester United last week against Aston Villa, losing out in midfield. Just the 3 goals and 3 assists in the Barclays Women's Super League for Ella Toone this season. Perhaps you would expect a bit more output from her. Really hard to put your finger on what the big difference is as far as Manchester United and where they were last season. Mark Skinner has suggested it's the recruitment. Had the opportunity to bring in a fair few new bodies though. The likes of Jace and Malar have certainly come into this team. Didn't take the opportunity to buy anybody in the January transfer window. Mark Skinner saying they really only wanted to spend if there were decent names available. Toone slips the pass in towards Jace here. Jace looking for an option in the middle. And Toone is there. She slips at the vital moment. Manages to keep hold. Pretty scrappy on the edge of the area. And Sarri, at the second time of asking, manages to get the ball away. Pattinson runs into Jace. And here's Nikita Paris. Jace and Nikita Paris with a bit of freestyle football here. And then a late challenge from Pattinson. Zelen plays it short. Toon is nearby. Ball straight down the middle was an easy one to deal with for the Brighton defenders. But the game resumes a familiar pattern here with Manchester United in control. Letitia's ball is a good one to pick out Toon. Her step over buys her some room. Zellum is there waiting, as she so often is, trying to orchestrate at the base of the Manchester United midfield. Manchester United trying to work the ball around, create some space. Zellum was closed down quickly though, and her pass easily picked up by Bergsvens, the Norwegian international. Liga Min into Sarri. Overcooks the pass, Riviere able to intercept. Shoved by Pattinson as she manages to get onto the ball. And Manchester United get the free kick. Well, it hasn't been the most fluid of games, you have to say that. Nikita Paris with the vital goal for Manchester United that has them ahead here. And Jade Riviere remains down after the challenge from Poppy Pattinson that came just moments ago. Well, Megan Wilson, the referee, comes across to double check that she's okay, but she will need some attention from the physio staff here. Well, whilst Jade Riviere receives some treatment, we can look back on the Manchester United goal. Jace right at the heart of things, racing away here down the right-hand side. Lovely pass. And Nikita Paris made sure from close range. Mark Skinner with words for Jason Toon. Put themselves in a very good position here. You still wouldn't say that they are in control. Well, Jade Riviere strolls away to the side of the field here. And because of the way that she's walking here, my guess is that she might be about to be removed. This was the challenge. And it was Patterson who just caught her from behind. It looked rather innocuous, but clearly the effects of that challenge were felt here. And Riviere will be replaced. Gemma Evans is the one coming onto the field. Well, Manchester United will be hoping that Riviere is back in action quickly. Already have, of course, the injury to Gabby George. And with the loss of Onabatie, who moved on in the summer, fullback has definitely been an issue for Manchester United. It was always likely to be a problem replacing somebody of the quality of Onabatie. Jotty. Pattinson providing the run, and that's a good-looking ball as well, and it's a chance for Brighton, and they've not had too many of those here in this first half. Just where any centre-forward would want the ball, in towards that front post. And Turler making the run, managed to get there as well. Mary Earps makes the stop, though. And here comes that change. Onto the field, Gemma Evans replacing Jay Riviere. Liga Min with the give and go, and off she goes here. Looking for Turland, who drops short of that forward line, shifts it wide towards Robinson. And the young winger around the corner finds support in the shape of Kuhlberg. Cross never makes it through, though. Easy for Manchester United to deal with. Has been a slight adjustment to the Manchester United back line, with Hannah Blundell moving across towards the right-hand side with the introduction of Gemma Evans. Leticia onto Zellum. Garcia can't flick that one on under pressure from Kuhlberg. Thumped through by Nelsons. Garcia might just get to this one, and she has. Gets there ahead of Kuhlberg, has a look. Nelson making the run. Nikita Paris there waiting as well. Garcia unable to find Nelson with the pass. Ella Toon, brilliant ball. Garcia wriggles free. Well, she did initially, but she was unable to find anybody in the middle under pressure from Bergsfund, who's done well. Evans looking for the run here of Ella Toon. Couldn't find Toon, nearly won it back. Brighton clear away. Well, now there is a Brighton player who needs some attention here. Another break in play. Well, plenty going on elsewhere today in the Barclays Women's Super League and also in the Women's Championship. This game kicked off between London City Lionesses and Blackburn, also at 12, same time as this one. You can catch that with us. And then at 1 o'clock today, Manchester City and Leicester City, as Manchester City look to keep the pressure on at the top of the table on champions Chelsea. And Liverpool against Tottenham Hotspur is our 2 o'clock game, also on the FA Player today. Another game taking place in the Barclays Women's Super League, West Ham against Arsenal. Kicked off 4 or 5 minutes ago, 0-0 there, 1-0 here, thanks to the goal from Nikita Paris. Well, Vicky Lasada back up onto her feet, which is good news for Brighton. Brings plenty of experience into that midfield from her time with Barcelona, Manchester City and Arsenal. Doesn't look entirely comfortable here, though. Should also note that in the Women's Championship today, we have Durham playing against Sheffield United, 2-1 to Durham. The London City Lionesses game against Blackburn Rovers is currently 0-0, our feature game in the Women's Championship today. Reading are 0-0 with Sunderland. Well, Lasada continues to receive treatment. Brighton, for the moment, are down to 10. And Manchester United will continue here with Blundell. On to Zellum. Bergsven happy to go all the way back towards Bagley, who can clear. It looks as though Lasada is ready to come back on. That will have to wait, though, as Brighton look to attack. Sarri. Pattinson on the overlap. The pass doesn't quite get to her. And the danger for now averted by Manchester United. Well, over the last couple of years, we've seen a change in tempo in the Barclays Women's Super League. Games can be played at a ferocious pace now. There's been a real step up. It hasn't quite been one of those here. Brighton with lots of the ball, but mostly inside their own half. A couple of very good chances, though. One in particular for Elizabeth Turland that was well saved by Mary Earps. And she will continue to be the threat, as she has been all season. Scored some very important goals. Well, Lasada is back onto the field here. And just watching to see the way that she is moving, because as she went down in that challenge, she certainly didn't look comfortable. Letitia's ball is well intercepted. And Zijotti brings away. Kulberg's throw-in, unable to find a teammate. Busting to get there through midfield is Lasada. And she pokes on towards Lee Min. She feeds in, can't find Turland. And it's cleared away, only as far as Robinson, though. Brighton pushing. And Turland with a half-hearted appeal for a penalty. No interest there from the officials whatsoever. They're interested this time, though. The whistle blows. There will be a free kick after the foul on Emma Kulberg, who was trying to break. Came racing through the crowd here, trying to get up into a forward position, and was clipped by the challenge from Jace. Plenty in the area for Brighton. Torresdotter is still forward. She flicks on the header. No trouble this time for Mary Earps. Three minutes to go until we hit the 45. You can imagine, though, that there will be some additional time added at the end of this first half. We've had the injury to Riviere, who has been removed. We had the injury as well to Lasada, who was down for a while. That plus the goal celebration for the strike from Nikita Paris. Will be a few minutes added, you would imagine, here. Lee Gun-min on the spin. United win it back, and Jace is able to bring the ball away. Head down, off she goes. And she's certainly got the speed, as she's already shown in this game, to provide a big threat here on the right-hand side. Looking to turn provider again. Well, it was a decent ball into Ella Toon, not too dissimilar to the one that led to the goal for Nikita Paris earlier on in this game. The best that Ella Toon can do, though, is turn the chance wide of Sophie Bagley's right-hand post. Superb again in the build-up from Jace. Ella Toon, though, is off target. Jace around the corner. And in it comes from Leticia. Garcia will sprint across to get there and won't quite reach. A minimum of 5 minutes then to be added at the end of this first half. Sarri trying to move, but she can't. And Nelson brings the ball away, strikes goalwards. Garcia arriving. Well, she got there, but Bergsfan also managed to get there too. And she makes the clearance away. It will be a Manchester United corner. There was a real hustle for the ball here in midfield, and Nelson came away with it. Her shot well blocked by the back of Torres Dotter. And then her centre-back partner is there to stop any additional threat. Zellum delivers one in. United got the flick on as well. Torres Dotter was able to make the clearance. Zellum into Garcia. Zajotti was back there, and she may just have hurt her head as she went down under that challenge. Jace again with lovely feet. Kohlberg trying to stop Jace, but she can't. Jace is away into the area. The cutback was good and is somehow swept away by the Brighton defence. It's been a star performance from the Brazilian on this right-hand side in the first half. Really found some form for Manchester United, just as it looked as though the moment was gone. Off she went, around Kohlberg here. In the end, it's well dealt with by Brighton at the back. Corner comes into the front post. And Garcia was lurking, but she was unable to get enough on that flick on. Zellum thought the whistle had gone. The whistle definitely hadn't gone. Brighton given the chance to break away. Turland in towards Lee Min. Blundell with the challenge. Robinson is there waiting. A minute and a half remains at the end of this first half. Zijotti lifting one brilliantly over the top. You know where the ball is heading every single time. Turland is always the target, and Turland this time was offside. Garcia. Now Ella Toon. She has won the corner right on the stroke of half-time here. And it has perhaps been wasted ever so slightly. Garcia couldn't control. Brighton could clear. And there goes the whistle. Half-time here, Manchester United are 1 goal to the goods, thanks to the strike from Nikita Paris at the break. Manchester United 1, Brighton 0. Well, there weren't too many big moments in the first half, but we can look back on the all-important highlights. And we'll start here with the goal. Just 9 minutes on the clock. Chase, who's been brilliant in this opening 45 minutes, slid it back, and Nikita Paris was able to lift it over the head of Sophie Bagley. Instantly went across towards Chase to applaud the ball. And along this right-hand side is where Manchester United's best football has come. Jace and Paris have looked like the biggest threat, it has to be said. Brighton have certainly had their chances, and this was the best of those. Turland with a venomous volley that was well pushed away by Mary Earps. And then she made another good run here, Turland, to latch onto a nice delivery from Poppy Pattinson. Mary Earps again was able to cope with any kind of threat. Manchester United really could do with getting Jace on the ball a bit more when she's had the chance to run at Brighton's defenders. She has created plenty of moments like this. Tune this time with the effort that was rolled wide. And Jace had another good moment just before the break. But we are still at 1-0. We'll be back with the second half shortly here. Manchester United 1, Brighton 0 for now.
I think the greatest women's player of all time is Marta from Brazil.
Aitana Bomati. I always played her against under 19, so I know her for a long time.
Kelly Smith and Kim Little. Kira Walsh. I think she's the best technical player and passer of the ball I've seen, and I think she pulls strings and she is ultimately determines a lot of the team's successes that she plays in.
Probably Barca kit. I had like that turquoise away one, that was cool.
I like the black kit from Arsenal last year.
It's got to be the Bristol City kit.
I have to say I'm a fan of black kit, so in my hometown club, like when I was young, I played in all black. I like that one.
I love a Nike Tiempo. I think they're comfy, I think they're reliable, I think they're sturdy, and I think they make me as quick as I possibly can be.
Puma boots, of course. I'm a fan of white boots, so I hope they do white colour soon.
The greatest boots I've ever worn are the Adizero F50, purple and like a orange little part, yeah, like purple orange.
The Nike, the old ones. Oh, do you know what I mean? Yes, total 90s. Okay, wait.
Particular colour?
Yeah, red.
I quite like Frank Ocean because of the vibes. I think he's a calm artist, but he can quite versatile.
One Direction
Coldplay for me.
Tina Turner.
and Oasis. I'm gonna say Louise Quinn at Birmingham, Christy Murray, who's also at Birmingham, and currently Vicky Lozada.
Can say a lot. Viv, Viviane Minima, Kim Little, a lot. The whole team.
Really Hannah Hampton.
I want to say defender there, Wendy Renard. When I played with her at Lyon, it was really hard to get past her, and I think she's a really, really good player. Camp Nou in Barcelona, when we played there like 2 seasons ago, it was sold out and the atmosphere was amazing, even though the game wasn't going our way, but the stadium was great.
Ashton Gate.
White Hart Lane, the Tottenham Stadium, I think is incredible.
Emirates, of course, yeah.
Probably travelling around New Zealand for a month. I think I got to see a lot there and experience a new culture, and I loved that.
Spain, or no, to Greece actually.
Mauritius and the Greek islands.
Ooh, I've been to Mexico last year and that was amazing.
I really like Shawshank Redemption. That's a good one, I think.
If I had to pick one, I would say it's Dirty Dancing, just because I can watch that over and over again.
The Pursuit of Happiness.
Messi. He's just the best, and up to date, he's still the best, so I think he's up there.
Andres Iniesta, which is my favorite player.
I think Usain Bolt, just for his pure athleticism.
Serena Williams is really a role model for female athletes in every sport, and that's why I would pick her.
Breaking Bad. I've watched it about 5 times.
I like Grey's Anatomy.
How to Get Away with Murder.
If you cut corners, you lose the edge.
Be happy every day.
I think the quote that resonates most with me is daring greatly.
Okay, I have one I translate from German. Shared joy is double joy and shared pain is only half of the pain. That was a quote my dad said to me a long time ago, but it really stuck with me.
My pet rabbit, Peter Rabbit.
I think probably my first pair of football boots. I loved them and I wore them into the ground for about 4 years in a row, and that's kind of where my football journey started.
A dog? No, I didn't get one, but I want a dog.
Love? Maybe?
A steak in Greece. I had like a well-known restaurant in Greece, so that was good.
Sushi. Or curries. I like curries.
I travelled to Barcelona in the summer and I had a kind of 7-course taster menu in the streets of Barcelona. That was fantastic.
At the moment I really enjoy, it sounds boring, but salads, because it's hot outside and like really nice fresh salad with loads of ingredients, like colorful. I love it. Just because I love dark chocolate, anything with dark chocolate, like cookie with dark chocolate or yeah, something like that.
The Tim Tams. Tried them recently and they're the best biscuit I've ever tried.
I like Milka or chocolate. Do you know them? Or Tony Chocoloni.
Probably a classic chocolate hobnob I'd go with.
Who is this guy? Educate yourself, please. Just
Talk to me about Marlon Williams. Have you been a big fan?
yes, I first seen him. He had a cameo role in A Star Is Born.
Yeah.
And that's when I first seen him, and I was like, who is this guy? He's got a voice like velvet.
Yeah.
Just amazing. But it has a mixture of songs. Sometimes a little bit country, sometimes a little bit bluesy, whatever.
Yeah.
It's a good mix.
I love them.
And then next we got Black Keys, another great one. Talk me through that. Have you been a fan of them for a while?
Yeah, they've got so many albums, again, so many absolutely bangers that I feel like nobody knows. I'm like, oh, have you ever heard of the Black Keys? They're like, nah. I'm like, educate yourself, please. Yeah, I don't want to, I'm going to allude to it, but like the next one, yeah. If you want, yeah.
There we go then, Wolf Alice.
Yeah, like her voice is just incredible.
Amazing.
Like like her on the stage, like she just has you in the palm of her hand. It's just unbelievable. I seen her at Leeds Fest, so we seen like a good few other bands there, but like her voice, she was literally just sat so innocuous on the end of the stage, just singing into this mic, and I was like, I want to be you. Rose is one of my favourite songs, like Don't Bleed the Kisses as well, just like, I don't know, just beautiful music.
Yeah. And are you someone that like, likes to sing along with it all? Do you fancy yourself a bit of a singer?
Yeah, I mean, I like to think so. Probably other people would tell me otherwise, but yeah, I love a sing song in the car, in the shower, at gigs, festivals, whatever. If it's a good song, good
music. You're not afraid to bow it out. I love that, I love that. And then next, someone a little bit different. I've got Green Tea Peng. Talk to me about her.
These are probably my most recent discovery, actually.
Yeah.
Like, again, it's like you say, it's probably a bit of left of centre to like whatever I've been listening to, but again, I just like, it's art, so I'm like, it's not what I would usually like stick on, but it's and she's incredible, like they're so good.
Finishing off with the classic, Arctic Monkeys. Have you been a fan of them since you were a kid?
Yes, yeah. I was gonna say. As soon as like when I think of Arctic Monkeys, I just think like me as a young girl on the school bus, my little Walkman phone, like literally a Walkman, got my earphones plugged in. It was my brother. I've got an older brother who's like dead into music, taught himself guitar, and like they were his like first love type thing. Yeah. And he always came to me and was like, you need to listen to this band, you need to listen to this band. And I guess that's probably where my love for music came from, was inspired through him. So.
Have you ever seen them live?
Yeah, I've seen them live twice. Yeah.
When was that?
I seen them the very first time, I think it was 2018, so a long time ago. And then I seen them again at Leeds Festival, just done a little set. Yeah, I didn't see their most recent tour, but unbelievable, right? Unreal, yeah.
And then out of these different artists, who would you play to like get Everton hyped up, ready to go on the pitch, would you say?
It would probably have to be Arctic Monkeys because they're the most known. Like if I was to stick a random one on that I like, people would be like, who is this? But they're like the most known, they're the most popular, everybody knows who they are. So yeah, they're more like the Black Keys. I feel like they've probably got the fastest, most upbeat songs. The other ones are a bit more chilled.
And then what about like, you've just won a game, you come back to the changing room, what are you playing to like celebrate to?
Queen. Yeah.
Classic.
Stick a little bow rap on, it's on for a good 3 minutes. Like, you've got your high bit, you've got your upper bit, you've got your low bit, it's got all of it.
What about that one? Do you know all the lyrics to that?
All of them?
Yeah.
I'd say that's probably my karaoke song, actually.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not an easy one either, so I respect that. And then, lastly, now that you're an Evertonian, and you know, I am too, so we're just kidding. But we've also got one of the best songs, Spirit of the Blues.
Yes.
Talk to me about that. When you hear that, are you won over now with that song?
Honestly, like it is so catchy. Like you play a game and then like you could be after the game, you're just in your kitchen like making a cup of tea and you're just like honestly, you sing it, it's like so contagious. You start whistling it, somebody else is whistling it, somebody else is humming it, like. Yeah,
nothing better. Nothing
it is
better.
So good.
I might be very biased, but nothing better, in my opinion.
Welcome back for the second half here at Lee Sports Village of Manchester United against Brighton and Hove Albion. Nikita Paris with the early strike here that has given Manchester United a slight advantage. Brighton have certainly had their opportunities to score and have a couple of times got Elizabeth Turland, who is their top goal scorer, of course, into very good positions. And no doubt Mark Skinner would have pointed that out at half-time as they went in for the team talk. The goal scorer, Nikita Paris, gets us started here for the second half. Manchester United looking to keep the pressure on the top three. 7 points was the margin between themselves and third place at the start of the day. Brighton looking to keep themselves away from the problems at the bottom of the table. And also looking for a similar result to the one that they had against Manchester United earlier on in the campaign. 2-2 it finished. Garcia unable to get there after the hard work of Nelson, who'd done well. Well, again, Megan Wilson was trying to play the advantage, but she's given the free kick. Elatoon and Jace come away with the ball. Jace was without doubt Manchester United's best player in the first half. I think lots of people expected that she would come in and be the out-and-out number 9, and that was a role that she played for Barcelona. Saw plenty of her there. But she looks really at home in this system on the right-hand side. And equally, Nikita Paris looks good through the middle. Nice use of the ball by Nikita Paris, who is looking for an option. As she tries to do that, she feels the effects of the touch from behind. Another Manchester United free kick here. I think it's fair to say that this game has lacked some of the zip and the energy that we sometimes can expect in the Barclays Women's Super League. And to a degree, that could just be down to the two teams cancelling each other out in certain areas of the field. And now a free kick to Brighton. Sent forward by Torres Dotter. Sarri was the target, but Sarri will not reach that one. It rolls away. Robinson quickly dealt with by Gemma Evans, who had to come on in the first half as a replacement for Jade Riviere. Paris dropping deep, working it wide. Jace was there waiting. Wasn't given much room to do what she did in the first half. Turned away by Maya Leticia. And here is Mary Earps. I think one thing we certainly did see last season in the Barclays Women's Super League from a number of teams was an incentive to perform given the World Cup. I think that's a problem that's really plagued Aston Villa, for example. Haven't been able to reach the same levels this season as they did last season. And I just wonder whether that's affected Manchester United ever so slightly as well. Doesn't seem to be that same hunger and desire, that fire in the belly that certainly existed as they pushed Chelsea all the way last season. There could well be other factors, of course. I'm not saying it's the only factor at play. Blundell takes it short towards Maya Leticia. And United go right through the middle of Brighton here to find Ellen Toone. Jace stays on her feet here. She's done brilliantly again. And this time she runs into Zajotti, who came across to make the covering run, and it's cleared away. Zajotti has had to stay down here after the challenge. Well, it's interesting to see that Brighton have had to move another player across to almost double team on Jace if she is going to continue to force her way beyond the Brighton line of defence on that side of the field. Lots of football today on the FA Player. Plenty for you to enjoy. London City Lionesses against Blackburn in the Women's Championship kicked off at the same time as this one. Blackburn are currently 1 goal to the good there. You can catch that one with us, as well as the game that's just kicked off 13 minutes ago, Manchester City against Leicester City. And Liverpool against Tottenham Hotspur kicks off at 2 o'clock also on the FA Player. We've got you covered with all of those today. Well, so far, 8 minutes in, it's been a second half to forget. Neither side has really been able to stamp their authority on the game, and the ball has spent the majority of the time in and around the halfway line. Referee wants a word with Surrey here. And not only Surrey. Pattinson as well gets a talking to. He's going to have to be careful here, Poppy Pattinson, because referees have really been trying to clamp down on dissent this season. United not hanging around. Leticia around the corner to Jace, who has run out of room on that far side. Torresdotter with a big clearance away. Zellum does well in midfield, feels that she was impeded as she tried to progress, and there will be a yellow card for Elizabeth Turland. Leticia can't get beyond Torresdotter. And in any case, the flag was raised on the far side for an offside. Turner comes flying over the top of Turland. And that will be a free kick. Taken quickly by Brighton. Lee Gunmin escapes the challenge. Can't get beyond Zellum, and as a result is forced all the way back. Bergsvand finds Robinson, who hasn't really been able to get in behind the Manchester United defence, which is where she can so often cause problems. Lots of the play that Brighton have had has been in front of the Manchester United back line, making things relatively easy for them back there. And this game almost has a feeling of a game being played on the final day of the campaign, where neither team has too much to play for. And the problem with that is that, well, both Mark Skinner and whoever comes to be the long-term Brighton coach have that problem of trying to put some fire in the belly between now and the end of the season. She can often provide fire. Leah Goldson about to be introduced, and Lucia Garcia is the one who, with 57 minutes of the game gone, will be replaced. Jotti's touch. Paris is after it, and she gets there too. Toon is unable to break. So Jotti is the one who manages to recover, and here is Lasada. Nothing is really getting through that midfield funnel, that central area here, and that's where both teams like to play and like to progress their football. And Lee Gunmin is given a yellow card for answering back to the referee, Megan Wilson. Well, it nearly worked out for Brighton. It was nicely crafted, but the final ball over the top from Zajotti didn't quite make it through. Elsewhere in the Barclays Women's Super League, there has been a goal between West Ham and Arsenal. It's gone Arsenal's way just before half-time, and it's former Manchester United striker Alessia Russo who scored that one. Robinson on to Lee Gunmin. Well, she feels that she should have won a corner. She's going to have to be careful here that she doesn't get too locked in conversation with the assistant on this near side. Already has a yellow card for some choice words that she made to the referee just moments ago. Goldson's pass, links up with Paris. Here comes Ella Toon. All of a sudden, the second half comes to life, perhaps. Jace joins the action inside the penalty area. And wins a corner. Well, it was a quick burst through the middle. We've not seen too much of that in this second half. We've not seen too much in either penalty area. Pattinson managing to get back here to make the block. Corner taken short. Paris there waiting. Zellum gets it back. Deep ball into the area. Well, the bounce certainly made things awkward here. And the Brighton players almost in disbelief here as the referee gives another corner. Good looking ball from Katie Zellum, but there was nobody there to meet it. She will get another go though from this side. Zellum looking for the flick on. But it's sent away by Brighton. Relatively easy at the front post for them to make the clearance. Lugan Min hesitates. And Galton steps in and instantly feels the effect of what looks like a pulled muscle. While almost straight away, she clutched the calf. And she's going to try and soldier on here, Leah Galton. Zellum feeds in, Nikita Paris to target, and there's Ella Toon who can only head the ball away from target, and Nelson can collect. Nelson delivers. Turner won't get to that one. Brighton clear away. Not really any flow to this second half. So many whistles, so many free kicks. Well, Lugan Min will be replaced here. And Tatiana Pinto will come on in her place. Jace beats one and finds Nikita Paris, who finds the net again. Her second of the afternoon to make it Manchester United 2, Brighton 0. It's that same connection for Manchester United. Jace with the pass and Nikita Paris right into the corner with the strike. She was allowed to drift here. Jace, the Manchester United winger. And if anything, it looked a bit too easy, all at walking pace for her. A quick sidestep, a glance up, she wasn't closed down, and just one small movement from Nikita Paris was enough. And then the finest of hits into that far corner. Goal number 8 in the Barclays Women's Super League for the season for Nikita Paris. They keep on racking up, and she looks very good in that central position. Hasn't been a classic Manchester United performance, that is for sure. 2 goals to the good, though, and Mark Skinner will be delighted with that. As Manchester United look to make it back-to-back wins. Off goes Robinson here. Clips the ball in towards the far post, should be dealt with, and is. Mary Earps on top of that. Did look as though Turlin used the arm. Robinson managing to get there. Crossfield ball towards Sarri, but Jace is there again. Now has 2 assists in the game. Step over from Toon, and then the pass into Galton, who races away here, looking for the run of Nikita Paris, who races through. Sliding in Torres Dotter with the tackle. Just opened up after Toon had fed Galton. And it was a nice run, but it was well watched by the former Manchester United defender. Here comes another United break. Galton was in there. Well, she just pulled away from that as the ball came in. And I wonder whether or not that injury that she looked as though maybe she picked up earlier on in the game just held her back ever so slightly there. I could be wrong. Brilliant ball in. Well, so far this afternoon, 2 shots on target for Manchester United, 2 goals. Both of them going the way of Nikita Paris. 8 shots in total to Brighton's 4, but they haven't really been able to trouble the Manchester United defence in the second half. It's been a relative stalemate, although Manchester United starting to edge it since scoring the second. And they're breaking again here. Down that right-hand side where they seem to be having plenty of joy. The corner flag continues to look in trouble. And this heavy wind here that's breaking through the stadium. Nelsons with all the time in the room to cross in the world to play the cross into the area. Hefty challenge from Leticia, who came out to deal with Zajotti, who was making the run. Jace battling to carry the ball forward. Can't get beyond the Brighton defenders who'd recovered. Bergsfund. Well, Robinson was in a good position. United able to clear. Jace is able to break. And off she goes beyond Pattinson here. She's carried the ball a long way here. Looks for the give and go. Paris goes back, Zellum arrives, only to see her shot charged down. Well, all of a sudden Manchester United have found their attacking intent in this game. The second goal from Nikita Paris has definitely given them a freedom. 18 minutes to go. We are expecting a Brighton change. It looks as though it will be a double change. And standing coach Mikey Harris really has nothing to lose here. Earp's ball headed away by Pattinson on that left-hand side. Worked through the phases here by Brighton, but it's just not working for them. Haven't been able to connect the dots here in the second half. And here comes that change. Simmons, and then when about to come onto the field. And Lasada will be replaced, and so too will Pattinson. And the armband has changed. Lasada has given that to Bergsfund, the Norwegian international at the back. Robinson, normally full of direct running. And off she goes here up against Evans. Gets the ball to the edge of the penalty area. This looks a bit more promising here for Brighton. Meng Wen. First bit of the action for her. Runs into Leah Galton. Wins a corner though. Well, there have been very few moments for Brighton in this game to try and respond to Manchester United's goals. They have to try and take advantage of moments like this, you would feel. Brighton deliver, it goes deep. It was sent towards Bergsvans, but she was unable to reach. United flick away. And across here trots Kuhlberg to take this throw in. Simmons battling, looking for the free kick. Nothing doing from the referee, and off go United here. Paris with the pass, Nelson joining the attack. And she spins, trying to keep the momentum going. Jace is there and has to stop and work it back towards the halfway line. Around the corner from Pinto. Not seen too much of her since her introduction. Robinson brought down by the challenge of Evans. Free kick here to Brighton. And here comes a triple change for Manchester United. The first to be removed, England international Ella Toone. Hasn't really been able to get into the game this afternoon, replaced by Irene Guerrero. And Rachel Williams is coming onto the field to replace two-goal Nikita Paris, looking excellent in that central role. And Williams, who scored a 98th minute equaliser against Brighton earlier on in the season, will be her replacement. Well, hasn't Nikita Paris looked good here this afternoon? Lovely partnership alongside Jace on that right-hand side. And Jace, another who has been superb in this fixture here. 2 assists for her, makes way for Mallard. Good afternoon for those two. Brighton looking to respond, delivered in. Simmons' ball is flicked away. And it's a first touch for Rachel Williams, showing what she's all about. Zellam's giving the ball away here, promising signs for Brighton perhaps. Well, not this time. Zellam happy to go back in towards Blundell. There's always an opportunity when a team makes a number of changes, as Manchester United just have, and as they look to adapt those players and get up to the speed of the game. Brighton not really doing enough to unsettle the United team, and they will now make some changes of their own. Sarri will be replaced, and Lily Dent is the one who is coming onto the field to replace her. And it's also the end of the game for Maria Torres-Dotter. Karabali is her replacement. Ten minutes for those two to make an impact. All looks rather comfortable at the moment for Mark Skinner's side. And that may just relieve some pressure on him, because there have been shouts for Skinner out. You may have heard, you may have seen. He said that's all part and parcel of the job. As we've seen, though, this week with the departure of Mel Phillips, also part and parcel of the job can be the side of the game where a manager's life is short-lived. Galton is back on defensive duty here, turns away, makes the swivel, wins the throw. Well, it's just not clicking for Brighton. It hasn't been their game, it has to be said. FA Cup weekend, next weekend for Manchester United. They face Southampton of the Championship. And then for Brighton, well, there's first the matter of the Conti Cup to deal with. Less said about that, the better, as far as Manchester United are perhaps concerned. But Brighton will face Aston Villa, who definitely affected Manchester United's progress. And then in the FA Cup, big chance to go through as they face Wolves. So both Manchester United and Brighton will be looking forward to next weekend and the possibility of progress in the FA Cup. There is room here for a cross, but Brighton send it back into midfield. They've lost it instantly. Mallard is there. She finds Williams, and the red shirts come streaming forward. Williams on her own, pokes it through, was looking for Galton, was actually pulled back a bit by Simmons, who was trying to make the challenge. 7 minutes for Manchester United to hold on. Home fans here doing their best to rouse the team as they look to build another attack. And really all they need to do from here is manage the game. Earps, who has been something of a bystander, makes the clearance away. Simmons manages to get there before Williams can. That's a brilliant clearance by Turner. Flashed through the middle by Brighton, and she was straight onto it. And for the 499th time in this second half, the whistle from the referee and another free kick. Earp's pass just about controlled by Millie Turner. Goal from Brighton would certainly make things interesting in the latter stages of this game, unless of course you are a Manchester United fan. Galton squares the pass, and off go Manchester United again. Mallard has plenty of space to run into here. Finds Blundell, looks for the return ball, and Mallard will get there as well. And she's happy to watch it roll away for a corner. Salam's ball into the front post. It gets the United head as well. Mallard was the one to reach it. 3 players on the penalty spot dispersed. Lovely ball in from Katie Zellum, but the effort was straight at Sophie Bagley and easily stopped. Here comes United pressure. Bagley's clearance side before Galton can get there, and away they go towards Mengwen on this right-hand side. Gets about half a second on the ball. Lovely corner here, lovely movement in the middle. Mallard with a big lead, got the connection, ran into Bagley though. Bergsford into that middle area. Nelson there to deal with the threat of Maisie Simmons. United get the ball away. Mallard trying to stretch the Brighton defence here. Makes the break. And can't get beyond the substitute Karabali. United deliver. Still looking for goal number 3 here. It would perhaps make things look a bit more attractive than they have been if they did score the 3rd goal. A minimum of 4 minutes then added at the end of this game. There is still time for Brighton. We've seen it done before in football, but it would have to and would take something pretty spectacular and dramatic for Brighton to get themselves level here. It was 2-2 between these two earlier on in the campaign. But Brighton have looked a shadow of a team that we have seen produce much better results than this previously. Perhaps the loss of Mel Phillips has been something of a shock to this team. It's one of those where you look at the players that Brighton have and the signings that they've made and the experience that they have with the likes of Torres-Dotter and Lasada, and then the excitement of players like Turland and Robinson, the younger players coming through. And you would have expected here this afternoon a bit more. There is real strength now across the Barclays Women's Super League. And to be able to compete, well, can take a while for players not only to bed in, but also to then go on and compete with teams that are really starting to establish themselves outside of the top four even. Likes of Liverpool and Tottenham Hotspur. You only have to look at Aston Villa across the season and how they've struggled to make the same kind of impact. It's a very difficult league now with lots of teams being backed by big money. Ball through the middle is the one that Galton was after. Engwen watches it go all the way back towards goalkeeper Sophie Baggerly. Manchester United will be happy to keep the ball at this end of the field. You wonder how quickly Brighton will look to make the move for a new coach. Still got plenty to play for this season. And Bristol City will certainly feel that Brighton are still catchable at the other end of the table. But there is still the Conti Cup knockout stages and the FA Cup. Given the money that has been spent as well, you would imagine that Brighton are an attractive proposition for anyone looking to come in. No room to turn for Sajotti. United are going to go for goal. Well, it's a fierce drive from Irene Guerrero, but it's easily gathered up by Sophie Baggerly. Just opened up on the edge of the penalty area, and Irene saw the opportunity, saw her chance, went for glory. Mallard chasing and fouling. Karabali taking quickly. 30 seconds to go. Brighton still pushing for a route back into the game. Certainly not vintage Manchester United here, but it's a comfortable win for Mark Skinner's side. 2 goals from Nikita Paris proved to be enough. 3 points heading their way. Manchester United 2, Brighton 0 is how it finishes. We can now have a look back at the highlights of this game. Jace was brilliant this afternoon. Here on this right-hand side, she laid on the pass for the first goal that was finished off by Nikita Paris. Her fine run of goal scoring continued here. Just 9 minutes of the game are gone, and she was on the score sheet. She was nearly fed through here, had to check her run, came back looking for support. Riviere wasted the cross into the penalty area, but United had plenty of joy on the right-hand side in this game. And Brighton certainly had their chances, especially in the first half. They got the ball to Turlan, their top goal scorer. She ran into Mary Earps, though, not just once, but twice. The first save, an excellent one. This one a bit more routine. But there were openings for Brighton, ones that they just didn't take. Jace in the end proving to be something of a difference maker with 2 assists. This was a nearly moment for her as she burst away, cut it back, not too dissimilar from the Paris goal. As she found Toon, but Toon couldn't find the corner. But the warning signs were certainly there. And even with Brighton switching the 2 fullbacks, Kuhlberg came across to switch with Pattinson, but it didn't really matter. Jace still found a way through. This time Brighton were able to recover, able to get back. In the second half, though, well, they weren't able to stop her. Time and time again, the ball heading in that direction, and she found the end product this time around. Almost at walking pace, she was able to drift into the area, but she's got such quick feet. She darts this way and that, and Brighton really couldn't cope with the Brazilian. And the best of movements from Nikita Paris, who dropped off of the defensive line to then curl into the corner, made it 2-0, her second of the game. A brilliant afternoon for those two, who seem to be finding that perfect wavelength. And United had other chances from scoring that second goal. They really took control in this match. Mala off of the bench had her opportunity. And then Irene Guerrero also had a chance, but she sent straight into the arms of Sophie Bagley. A routine win in the end for Manchester United, and it finishes here with 3 points heading their way. Manchester United 2, Brighton 0.